The RV industry sold over 400,000 units last year. You want to know how many certified technicians exist in this country to fix them? Fewer than 10,000. That means for every qualified RV tech working today, there are more than 40 rigs out there that rolled off a dealer lot with his name nowhere near the service ticket. 40. Let that number sit with you for a second. Now here's the part that should make your blood pressure spike. You are being told on every glossy brochure and every dealer website that you are buying freedom on wheels, that your purchase is backed by a full-service dealer network and a manufacturer warranty that covers you bumper to bumper. The reality is something else entirely. Your $120,000 RV can roll off the lot with defects baked in at the factory, and when it breaks, and it will break, there is literally no one qualified to fix it. And even if someone is qualified, the parts they need either do not exist or are sitting on a cargo ship somewhere between here and never. That is not bad luck. That is a betrayal of every dollar you handed over. Today, we are auditing 10 systemic failures in the RV service chain, from the factory floor to the dealer bay. And then I'm giving you 5 brands that sidestep this entire nightmare. These are the brands that deserve to be on your short list and the failures that deserve to be on your blacklist. By the end of this video, you will stop shopping like a victim and start thinking like an auditor. So smash that subscribe button because we are about to expose the biggest lie the RV industry hopes you never figure out. And stay until the end. I will show you the brands that actually build them to be fixed. 10 failures exposed. Number 1, the technician crisis. This is where the entire house or card starts to wobble. The RV industry has a workforce problem so severe that if it were happening in healthcare, there were to be congressional hearings. There are fewer than 10,000 RVIA certified technicians in the entire United States. The industry is selling north of 400,000 units a year. You do not need a calculator to see the problem. The average RV dealership has 3 to 5 technicians on staff servicing hundreds of units per year. That is a ratio of roughly 1 tech for every 80 to 100 units sold. And here's the thing, RV repair is not like changing the oil on a sedan. A single RV tech needs to master plumbing, 12-volt DC electrical, 120-volt AC electrical, solar systems, propane, HVAC, hydraulic leveling, and automotive chassis work. That is 5 separate trade certifications crammed into one underpaid human being. It takes 3 to 5 years to train someone to that level. The knowledge base is enormous, the liability is real, and the reward for all of it is a paycheck that insults the skill set. And what does the industry pay these unicorns? Somewhere between $38,000 and $45,000 a year. A diesel mechanic across the street makes $50,000 to $65,000. An HVAC technician clears $48,000 to $60,000. So the trained techs leave. They go where the money is and nobody blames them. The ones who stay are overworked, undertrained, and drowning in a backlog that grows every single month. Translation, you bought a $120,000 vehicle and there are fewer people in the country qualified to fix it than there are to fix commercial elevators. The pipeline is bone dry and nobody is filling it, but the shortage is only half the problem. The other half is why these units need so much fixing in the first place. Number 2, piece rate pay. Defects baked in at the factory. If you have ever wondered why your brand new RV just arrived with a laundry list of defects, allow me to introduce you to piece rate pay. This is the manufacturing incentive structure used by the largest RV producers in North America. Factory workers are paid per unit completed, not per hour worked. The faster you push a rig down the lines, the more money you make. Quality, that is someone else's problem. At peak production, some of these factories are pushing 25 to 40 units or more down a single assembly line every single day. Think about that, a structure that is supposed to be your home on wheels, with plumbing, gas lines, high voltage electrical, and a frame that needs to survive highway speeds, is being assembled at the pace of a fast food kitchen during a lunch rush. Screws get missed, sealant gets skipped, wires get pinched behind panels that will never be open again until something catches fire. The result? Hundreds of NHTSA recalls every single year across Thor and Forest River brands alone. Electrical fires, propane leaks, frame failures, brake issues. And the quality control? It has been functionally outsourced, first to the dealer and then to you. The manufacturer's attitude is that if the defect makes it past the pre-delivery inspection, it is your dealer's problem, and if the dealer misses it, it is yours. Translation, piece rate pay is the assembly line equivalent of a surgeon being paid per operation regardless of whether the patient survives. You are the quality control department. You do not know it yet, so the unit arrives broken. Now you need parts. Good luck. Number 3, the parts desert proprietary lock-in. Let me introduce you to the 3 gatekeepers of your misery: Dometic, Lippert, and Furrion. These are the component manufacturers that supply the majority of what goes into your RV, and every single one of them has built a proprietary ecosystem designed to lock you in. Dometic makes your refrigerator, your air conditioning unit, and your awning. Their parts only fit their products. There is no aftermarket alternative. When that AC compressor dies in the middle of July in a campground in Arizona, you are waiting on Dometic and Dometic alone. Consumer Reports put average wait times at 4 to 12 weeks, and that is when the part actually exists in a warehouse somewhere. Lippert supplies roughly 80% of the frames, slide-out mechanisms, leveling systems, and axles in the industry. Their slide mechanisms have 0 aftermarket replacements. 0. If your Lippert slide motor fails, you are at their mercy for a timeline. And Furrion, the company behind your backup camera, your entertainment system, and your electronics, has a nasty habit of discontinuing entire product lines within 2 to 3 model years. The unit is barely broken in and the parts are already ghosts. The average warranty parts wait time reported by actual owners is 6 to 16 weeks. Some owners report waiting 6 months or longer for a single component, and parts for models only 3 to 5 years old, discontinued, gone, not backordered, erased from the supply chain. Translation: it is like buying a luxury car and being told the oil filter was discontinued 2 years after it rolled off the lot. You are locked into a parts monopoly the moment you sign. And if you are finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Now you have a broken RV, and the parts exist somewhere on this planet. The question is whether your dealer will actually fix it. Number 4, the warranty reimbursement scam. Here is the thing most RV buyers never learn until it is too late. Your dealer does not want to fix your RV under warranty. It is not that they are lazy, it is that the math makes it financially suicidal. The manufacturer reimburses your dealer somewhere between $50 and $80 per hour for warranty labor. The dealer's retail shop rate, what they charge a walk-in customer paying out of pocket, is $150 to $185 per hour. That means every single hour a technician spends on your warranty repair, the dealer is losing $70 to $100 compared to what they would make on a paying customer. Think about that from the service manager's perspective. Every warranty job that rolls into the bay is a money pit. Every hour spent on your rig is an hour not spent on a job that actually pays the bills. Translation: the warranty is not a promise. It is a coupon with an expiration date and no store that accepts it. Some dealers have quietly stopped accepting warranty-only customers altogether. The financial incentive is to minimize warranty repairs, push you to wait, or find creative reasons to deny your claim. The warranty is a marketing tool, not a service commitment. It exists to close the sale, not to fix the product. And the biggest dealer group in the country, they have turned this into an art form. Number 5, Camping World, the service black hole. Camping World is the largest RV dealer group in America, and pound for pound, one of the most complained about service operations in the E. Their marketing promises a one-stop shop for all your RV needs. The reality, documented across Better Business Bureau complaints, consumer forums, and owner groups with tens of thousands of members, tells a very different story. The pattern is almost scripted at this point. You drop off your rig for what you are told will be a 2-week warranty repair. You call for an update 3 weeks later and nobody can find your paperwork. You call again a month after that and learn the part was never ordered. You finally get your unit back 4 months later and discover the original problem was fixed, but 2 new ones were created in the process. Meanwhile, you have been stranded without your rig for an entire season. The camping trips you planned, gone. The road trip with the family, canceled. Translation: you are not a customer in their service department. You are a number in a queue that generates no profit. Camping World is a volume-first business. Service is the cost center they wish they could eliminate entirely. If this is already saving you from a headache, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss what is next. Camping World is the symptom. The disease is the corporate duopoly that controls the entire supply chain. Number 6, Thor Industries. The duopoly that broke the pipeline. Thor Industries controls approximately 45% of the entire North American RV market. Under their umbrella sit Airstream, Jayco, Keystone, Heartland, Dutchman, Crossroads, and a stack of other brands you have probably seen on dealer lots. Each one is marketed as unique. Each one has its own logo, its own brochure, its own identity. but behind the curtain, they all share the same compromised supply chain, the same piece rate pay manufacturing philosophy, and the same dealer service economics that make warranty work a money-losing proposition. Vertical integration means Thor effectively controls manufacturing, component supply, and the financial structure that dictates how your dealer runs its service department. They set the warranty reimbursement rates, they set the production pace. They profit on the front end and abandon you on the back end. Translation, they built the plane, sold you the ticket, and then fired every mechanic at the airport, scale optimized for production, not for the owner who has to live with the product. And their only real competitor plays the exact same game. Number 7, Forest River and Berkshire Hathaway, scale over service. Forest River holds roughly 35% of the market and operates under the financial umbrella of Berkshire Hathaway. Coachman, Palomino, Shasta, Salem, Rockwood. Dozens of brand names, one manufacturing philosophy, volume above all else. Same piece rate pay, same component suppliers, same dealer service economics. The NHTSA recall patterns across Forest River brands mirror Thor's almost identically. The consumer complaint patterns are interchangeable. The only difference between being abandoned by Thor and being abandoned by Forest River is the logo on the side of the rig. Translation, different logo on the side. Same self-tapping screws holding it together. Two companies control 80% of the North American RV market, and neither one has solved, or even attempted to solve, the service crisis they created. So you are stuck with a broken RV at a backed up dealer. What about the legal route? Number 8, the Lemon Law, dead end. Most states have weak or outright non-existent RV-specific lemon protections. The RV industry, through lobbying efforts led by the RVIA, has ensured that recreational vehicles are classified differently than automobiles in the majority of state statutes. That means the consumer protections you assume exist when you sign a six-figure purchase agreement often do not apply to you at all. Manufacturers bury mandatory arbitration clauses deep in the purchase contract. Most RV lemon cases either settle for pennies on the dollar or drag on for years until the owner gives up and walks away with nothing. The legal process is designed not to deliver justice, but to drain your energy and your savings until silence is cheaper than fighting. Translation, the legal safety net has a hole in it big enough to drive your broken, unfixable RV through. The system is designed to exhaust you into silence. And even if you could get it fixed, good luck getting a timely appointment. Number 9, the seasonal surge trap. Every spring, like clockwork, every service bay in America fills up and stays full until fall. Owners pull their rigs out of storage, discover the damage from winter, and flood dealer service departments all at once. The result is a 2 to 3 month backlog stacked on top of whatever existing wait time was already in place. Dealers staff for average volume, not peak demand. There is no financial incentive to hire surge capacity technicians for warranty work that loses money on every hour billed. So you sit and wait and wait. And the camping season you planned your year around slips away one voicemail at a time. Translation, your RV breaks in April. You might see it again by Thanksgiving. The calendar is working against you, and the dealer has no reason to fix that. And when you finally do get in, the part you need might not exist anymore. Number 10, discontinued parts. Within 3 to 5 years. This is the final insult, planned obsolescence disguised as model updates. Every year, manufacturers release new model iterations with updated interior trim, proprietary fixtures, and model-specific components. The moment that model year ends, the clock starts ticking on parts availability. Within 3 to 5 years, critical components for your specific unit become unobtainable. Not back-ordered, not delayed, gone. Furrion is one of the worst offenders, cycling entire product lines so rapidly that electronics installed in a rig 5 years ago have no replacement path. Owner forms are filled with posts documenting unobtainable parts for units that are barely out of their original warranty period. You bought what you thought was a long-term asset, and the manufacturer treated it like a disposable product. Translation, you bought a $120,000 asset that depreciates while it sits in a dealer lot waiting for a part that does not exist yet, and that's that and never will. 5 brands that sidestep the crisis. Now I promise you there are brands that actually build rigs to be fixed, brands that do not depend on the broken duopoly pipeline. Here are 5 that earned their spot on this list. Number 1. Oliver Travel Trailers. Oliver builds double-hull fiberglass trailers out of Hohenwald, Tennessee, and they sell factory direct. They have a 2-year waitlist, and that waitlist exists because they refuse to sacrifice build quality for production volume. They use standard, non-proprietary components wherever possible, and the trailers are designed from the ground up to be owner serviceable. When Oliver has a waitlist, it is because they respect the product. When Thor has a backlog, it is because they broke the service chain. Number 2. Casita. travel trailers. Casita has been building fiberglass trailers out of Rice, Texas for decades, and their philosophy is radical in its simplicity. Simple mechanical systems, minimal proprietary components, factory direct service. A Casita is designed so that a reasonably handy owner can diagnose and fix most issues without ever needing a dealer appointment. In an industry addicted to complexity and planned obsolescence, Casita builds rigs that are meant to last and meant to be maintained by the person who owns them. Number 3, Lance Campers. Lance is independent and employee-owned, which means they answer to the people who build a product, not to a Wall Street earnings call. They use standard components where possible, maintain a higher standard of build quality than the duopoly brands, and their service network does not depend on the Thor or Forest River supply chain. Independence is not a marketing slogan at Lance, it is the business model. Number 4, Northwood Manufacturing. Northwood builds out of La Grande, Oregon, using structural aluminum frames and Arctic-rated construction. Every unit is designed for serviceability, meaning the engineers actually thought about what happens when something breaks, not if. They are independent, not beholden to the duopoly, and they build for the kind of owner who uses their rig hard and expects it to survive. Number 5, Escape Trailers. Escape builds fiberglass trailers factory direct out of British Columbia. Simple systems, standard parts, and a company that actually answers the phone when you call. The common thread across all 5 of these brands is the same: smaller production volumes, factory direct or limited dealer networks, standard non-proprietary components, and a design philosophy that treats serviceability as a feature, not an afterthought. Here's the state of the RV industry in plain English. They sell you the dream of freedom and then systematically dismantle every piece of infrastructure you would need to keep that dream alive. The technicians do not exist. The parts are proprietary and disappearing. The dealers lose money every time they touch your warranty claim. The legal system will not protect you. And the 2 corporations that control 80% of the market have zero financial incentive to fix any of it. So stop shopping like a victim and start thinking like an auditor. Here is your action plan. First, before you buy anything, ask the dealer exactly how many RVAA certified technicians are on staff. If they cannot answer that question or they dodge it, walk out. Second, check parts availability for your exact model and year before you sign a single document. Call the component manufacturers directly if you have to. Third, seriously consider brands with independent service networks, simple mechanical systems, and non-proprietary components. Oliver, Casita, Lance, Northwood, and Escape all earned their place on that list. Fourth, budget for a mobile or independent technician relationship from day one. Do not rely on the dealer service department. Find a good independent tech, treat them well, and pay them fairly. That relationship will save you more money and heartache than any extended warranty ever will.